Good morning. I am higher vibrations and so are you. And it's really funny. We had plans to go do this show through Zoom and directly to YouTube. So it would be able to, you know, I don't know. I don't remember why we were going to do it that way. But oh, yeah, because we wanted to be sure that Elsa's stuff is working. Um, anyway, it turned out that this works better. Doing it here on this platform. So, welcome everybody. Hello. Thank you for coming. Today, we're going to discuss a lot of different things. And some of that is we had an amazing event, this retreat on the Crystal Mountain. And I really wanted to get into it and talk about it. And Elsa and I were chatting, and she had this great idea that we ought to make a show out of it. And so here we are. I'm going to welcome first my guest, Elsa Dillon is an amazing. I love her. She's my family. Her and her family live down under. There's a family of 10 experiencers, or eight. Wait, what did I do? Did I do it right? It's 10. You have 8 kids, right?
Yep.
Yeah. There's a lot of them. Experiencers, contactees, able to connect with these higher realms and a lot of different things that we have been kind of taken for granted over the years. And so it's really fun to connect with Elsa because she also brings forward etymology, and kind of like the background of what it is, what each word is. And she's disappeared now. She froze for a second. I thought she might come back. Well, while she's figuring out her technical difficulties, this is why we were going to go on Zoom. I'm going to go ahead and get started. First of all, I want to send a real big shout out and thank you to everyone who came to this amazing event. Dee and Cliff, Kat, Leanne, Julie, Antonia, Erica, Afton, Paula, Kristen, Heather, Camille, Scott, Siri, Amanda, Gail, Karen, Deborah, Michelle, Kathleen, Kathy, Wendy, Aaron, Rachel, Lita, and myself, as well as my daughter. Um, I know Connie. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you who came to this amazing event. What you all joined in with us in doing was so sacred and needed. It was something that um, this planet required, and it's happening and all around us still. In fact, also I still can't see you, just in case you're wondering. Um, but no, but we're patient. Um, uh, Simultaneously to our event, there was preparations, my pilgrimages, and the beginning processes of many other events all around where we were located. Um, I know that. Oh my, I've already forgotten all the names. Uh, Chiron and Bashar and Dolores Tannen's group, like a state group or company, are all simultaneously joining in doing retreats and gatherings of the variety of different kinds, all surrounding us. And it was really interesting. The one, I think it was Chiron, I can't remember for sure, was joining on their event began the day that we left our event. I thought was really fascinating. Hello, Soul Chef Antonia. Thank you so much for being part of this amazing, beautiful gathering. Hello, beautiful spirits, and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Today, we had planned for Elsa and I to talk about the event and kind of go into some of these things. And just wanted to do a shout out to everyone who came. It was such an amazing thing, and every step that led to the next, you know, and the way things lined up was exactly how it was supposed to be. You know, it's super fascinating. Yeah, and like for instance, almost everybody, not everybody, but a huge majority of the people who came to the event, there was some type of thing going on. The flights were delayed or canceled even. Yet everyone still made it. Everyone still came. It was like the purification by fire, pressing forward through adversity and allowing yourself to persevere. You know what I mean? I already said that, but just, and so like It started. There's Elsa. I see her now. Let's bring her on. There you are. Hello, Elsa. Can you hear me? Okay.
Hi. Sorry.
There you
Hey,
are.
how are you?
Welcome.
Sorry. I always get flustered. No,
You're
flustered
exhausted.
with all the technical
Yes.
stuff. It's because it's so early in the morning, too. So,
Yeah. What time is it for you? Isn't it like 6 o'clock in the
yeah,
morning right
yeah.
now,
Hmm.
or just
Yeah.
about 1 minute too?
um,
You have some pretty eclectic ET and other being kind of experience, and I always find that to be super fascinating to kind of like begin a conversation because, well, and always, but we had some pretty cool experiences. Individuals, spaceships and stuff came in. We were doing a lot of different things. I noticed it, but in particular, during the we were doing a sound healing ceremony, and there were a bunch of ships. When I was laying on my back looking up, I couldn't ignore them. You know, they were just there, and they were being playful in the sky.
yeah, well, they want to. They are playful, and this is why I keep laughing and bringing it back to jest. And they want you
Yeah.
to be in literally high vibrations. I know it sounds really weird and corny and me repeating myself, but it just keeps coming back to that. And if you're in blame or anger or frustration, or you just don't vibe to them and they don't vibe to you. But I mean, who want if you have a cranky dog that's biting everyone, generally no one goes up to that dog. That's it's like common sense.
Yeah.
And when I say
Yeah.
sense, yeah, it's that's the point, the sense. So that's your indicator where you're at. So then you can you have a choice to witness your sense, and then once you've witnessed your sense, then you align your compass or your chakra, and then you and that's what your group would have done. You would have just been
Yeah.
that's why you would have seen so many, and because it's you pulling in others, they would have been almost showing off.
Yeah.
It's cute,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah. It really did feel very like validating, you know, having them come and like it just kind of like felt like, you know, good job, doing what you guys are doing down there. And in
Yeah.
fact, where we were doing it kind of went ahead because that was on solstice night when we were doing that ceremony. Oh, I wanted to play. I wonder because we're not on Zoom. I don't know how. You probably won't hear the amazing audio of anything that I unless I upload it here. I kind of wanted to show you guys some stuff, and I didn't plan ahead because I planned to go on Zoom, so it wouldn't have been. Yeah, I'll have to upload it real quick. Uh, it'll play, but it's what it. We did some amazing things. It was so much fun, but one of those was on solstice night. Um, oh, it's the wrong one. There was a beautiful sound ceremony, and I wanted to share it. Is let me just gonna grab it. I'm gonna see what if it lets it if it lets me do it on this platform. Then okay, so it's uploading. We'll see what happens. That'll be interesting. I don't use this option very, so we'll see how it goes. But um, anyhow, along with uh, it was very fascinating. So should we walk through and talk about the because every one of the events feels like it led to the next thing, and it was meant to. It's something that was meant to be heard. You know what I mean? Do you want to talk about it like that, or do you want to just jump around?
No, you pull it up in the sequence you want to, and I'll get whatever from it. 'Cause I'm
Okay.
just tapping into it. Yeah, that's all. That's how
Well,
it works for me. Yeah.
right. And one of the things that I thought was really fascinating was how much root chakra and foot kind of things happened throughout this
Oh
event,
yeah.
right? And one of those uh, So I actually have lost the order because Aaron Brown, the human Schumann, consciously Aaron was a guest at the event, and she was an amazing guest. She did some really cool, fun stuff too. So I'm out of. I'm not sure if this happened before or after mine, but she had dropped a large container on both of her big toes and lost one of her toenails from it. And then I had smashed and broken my pinky toe. And then during a ceremonial fire, um, a circle, we were doing a drum circle around the fire. I'll grab that. This is kind of fun, interesting. Like, oh, you got to see this, Elsa. You got to see this. Check this out. Is this one? I think it's this one. You can see inside the flames the image of what was about to occur. Is crazy. Okay, here we go. Check this out. So in the flames and the smoke, I'm gonna go to the photo so I can zoom in. Um, Over here, like look at this. You see the face here and the face here. It has like a dragon slash snake look to it in both an echo here. And it's between, oh, it's over here between these two individuals from my line of sight where someone just walked off the path and instead of following the, the path that was in um, leading to our fire circle or a drum circle around the fire, she went through them and it, uh, she found a snake, a copperhead snake found at her. I don't know how else to word it. And so it caused, she got bit on her toe, on her big toe. That was 3 toes that happened in like a very short window of time. Isn't that crazy that the smoke here, it shows you like here's a mouth right here. Up here could be like a nostril or one of the 2 eyes. Here's another eye right here. And then you go down in here and the flame, and here's an eye again. Right here is an eye and the nostril, and this would be considered like the mouth, right? It's just really fascinating that that happens.
Well,
Right before it. Go on.
So you got the okay. So I just see what is present before me. I don't question it. So I'm getting on the left was snake, and on the right of the visual. So depends on the angle that you're looking at it, but it's like a druid being, or it's a youthful boy or marker. And what's
Yeah.
interesting with both the beings is they're back to back. And all last night, I was playing over and over and over a song called "Back to Back," and the song is it's a very cool song. The kids listen to it, but she doesn't want to go back to her. She wants to go to the new version of her, and it's like, I don't know. You've got the 3 chairs behind, like always when I see the 3, I'm always like, oh, this is interesting. But it's about going back to back, which going back to back means you actually literally have to. It's the core of you. And
Yeah.
as Mila goes through the pictures, I'll connect this to the other pictures, because then it might connect more to the craft that you saw as well, Mila.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff, man. It's crazy. The amount of things that had occurred during this event is fascinating.
Well, the other
Um,
thing that was interesting is that the snake is smoke, or
yeah.
dragon or serpent. Not to be, well, you can take it dark if you want to hear this in the dark side, you can, but it's not how I'm interpreting it. And then the druid is elf-like or fae type energy coming in through light. So one's smoke and one's. This is how the comets are coming in. They come in through steam or smoke.
Yeah.
And then they move into light, which is the sun's, which is, no, these words are, the sun is the energy that comes in. Like that's how we get here. And
See, there's somebody
it's,
here too.
oh
Like,
my
see, this is like
gosh.
the
Yeah,
nose
yeah,
and the
yeah, yeah.
mouth. He's got a real sunken in like cheekbone right there.
I'm getting grandmother. Not
And
my, I
this is where
mean,
I
not
was
mine.
sitting.
Oh,
So
she's
I'm
looking at
pretty
you.
sure. What's that?
She's looking at that chair.
Yeah. We're this is tiny house row back here where there's a bunch of like camp like style dwellings like and people were had rented some of those locations and then the but yeah we were over here and so the fact that I'm standing this photo was taken by somebody else and so I don't know who I exactly it was from one of a couple of people or possibilities. However, isn't that fascinating that just in that moment, that window, short window of time, there was already so many spirits that you could see in the flame. You know, I'm surprised how little photographs I took. Honestly, like I expected I would take a lot more. Anyway, did get a shot of the. Oh, Maddie put
So,
this on the
can,
board.
so the last picture is a auntie or anu, grandmother energy, and her face is looking at the chair. So her left eye is showing. Neff's left eye is not showing. Her left eye is showing. We're heading. Oh, she's so cute.
Maddie left this on the whiteboard for the spirits here, so they knew that we'll be back.
Looks like toes.
I know it does, and she's such a good artist. So I was like, that's an interesting car. You know,
It's
like
funny because it looks like two toes on the car. Isn't that interesting? Because you had two toe incidences.
three.
You had
We
three.
had
Yeah,
three.
yeah.
We had two before the party started, though. So that's
Hmm.
really interesting. Yeah, it's
Wow.
fun to like see because, like, you know, one of the things that Elsa has taught me to do is to look back and they'll see that or you can and then therefore learning to look forward you can see that they're telling you something's about to occur and not usually it's not usually a warning exactly it's just there's an echo
Mm.
before you
Yeah, but
right
you got to also understand how hard it is for spirit to come into our dense energy. Not meaning, you know, well, it could be me, but I mean us as in the world that we live in is so you have to see to believe. So it's hard for them to display visuals and stuff for us. That's why sometimes your eye won't pick it up, but the camera does. So, and which is lovely because we have this technology now that we can tap into the graphics of it. Or, you know, you might have been busy, distracted because so many people would have been talking to me. Like you might have missed it. That's why Mila going back and seeing it, you'll be triggered by it.
right exactly oh
Hmm.
this is a picture of the Milky Way that I took with my phone I didn't know if it worked so I only took one I wasn't thinking back I was looking back I would have liked to have taken several of them but it was a beautiful night that was right when the fireflies started to come up and the Milky Way overhead and I was like calling people out onto the patio and I'm like guys see that big long cloud that's stretching across there notice there's stars in front of it it's the
I
Milky
can't.
Way most people don't get to see that around here or wherever they live and then they come here and they get to see it.
The three dots are very prominent to me on the left of the visual, which I always call them Sid the Sloth.
Mm.
The triangle, but for me, when I see Sid the Sloth in my hemisphere, the two eyes are at the top and the ones at the bottom. Uh, this is important.
us?
Um, this is important to do with the grandmother. It's about how you have the eye of Horus and the eye of Ra. You have the two eyes, and how the triangle gets flipped upside down. I did a thing on a haunted home up here, one of the just before the solstice, and it was the eye of Horus with the triangle coming down on a ring, and they said it's actually both rings. So one eye comes down as a triangle and the other one points up. There's something about the grandmother. Her eye is looking at Mila, which is her left eye, which would be the eye of Horus. Wow, this is getting really heavy, this information. Keep going,
Yeah,
Mila. I'll just keep going.
there's a
I'm just
lot.
like,
Yeah, this is the Chapel of 100 Angels that's on one of the really thick veins of quartz crystal with running throughout the property. And there's 100 angels images or statues and stuff placed within and around the outside of this building. And this is like a real cool location that, when those who got the chance to go see it, it's kind of funny how many people didn't go over there. This was pictures taken before I even got there because not only were other people's flights delayed, here's the code that I've been interested in, kind of like wondering about. It's kind of fascinating. So my friend who was coming from Washington State, one of my closest friends, she was my neighbor when I lived in Washington, and we became very close over the years. And anyway, she came, but her flight had all kinds of mess ups too, so she ended up taking 5 different flights to get here. And then she arrived 30 minutes after the rental car place closed. And she was too far away for me to get to her. So she had to stay the night in a chair. And so neither of us slept because I was thinking I needed to make sure she woke up by calling her when they opened. Anyway, then by the time that she did get here, because then she had to pull over and sleep because she ended up not sleeping at the airport. Um, then once she did get here, I'm glad that she's pulled over. That was very good. I wasn't even like, I'm like, we're gonna get there when we get there. Um, is that just as I was about to leave with her to get my rental car, then the rental car people called me and said the minivans have been recalled, and I wanted to have a minivan so I could make sure we could like help people who needed rides to and from the mine and stuff. Had transportation. And so they were going to upgrade me to some kind of a Jeep, but there was at least an hour and a half wait before I. Long story short, I was meant to be there at 1 o'clock, and I got there at 4:50. And so there was a lot of people that had arrived and been looking around, and so it was really cool that we had Connie there, who's the venue owner, and she helped people like kind of showed them around. Oh, I've also this. My little brother showed up. My little brother came to the party. He was also really late. Um, but he made a homemade pie. It's like that was such a good pie. I was so impressed with his ability. It was like and that was so sweet of him. Like I thought that was amazing. Like because he comes to the party and he brings pie. And I felt like that was some kind of code too. There was somebody that we spent a lot of time with when I was growing up. Everybody called him Pie Man because he worked at a bakery and he'd always bring pie to the party afterward. But it was really interesting. Little side note there. But that was
what
all.
flavor?
It was mixed. It was um, raspberry and blueberry, I think, mixed. It was really good. They were locally harvested. That was why he picked local berries from the awesome place where he lives, and which is a very sacred site in Colorado actually too. Um, And so, yeah, it's very professional looking, isn't it, Chef Deb? And Chef Deb would know.
um,
I got more
s-
photos to share. You can keep talking if you don't mind if I just throw things out there.
yeah, but like if I'm talking, you can shut me up and keep going. Um, so what I found, I kept hearing before, is that we're coming up to the strawberry moon, and they keep saying, "Oh, it's not because the
Yeah.
moon's strawberry," and they keep trying to smear campaign what strawberry moon means, and I'm just going, this has got
All
weird
right.
ring to it. So, it's not strawberry moon. It's the basically the steer or the core or the stem of or star of berry. Berry is also juju. Berry can be raspberry but berry is basically, so it's about the star spread. They're spreading a seed, the berry,
Yeah.
and it's the your brother, his brother Scott, right? Your little brother,
Yeah.
Scott.
Yeah.
He
Scott. Beam me up, Scotty.
Yeah, well, beat me up, Scotty. He holds double frequency in his name, and he brings the power of pi, and he's a son. So I'm getting that like we were meant to do the show, because we tried to do the show uh, on the 26th day, on my 26th, 6, 2026. But it's
Yeah.
something about the strawberry moon or the star, the spreading a star. And the strawberry moon means to let go of everything and unite together in love. When you cut a strawberry, it looks like a love heart. Yeah, it's quite deep.
Yeah.
It's like you had to do the salsa stuff before the strawberry moon, so I can just sort of now spread.
It did feel like that. It felt like there was like preparation that we were participating in for the land.
Oh, look at Maddie, fairy
Uh,
queen.
I know it's part of the drum circle. It was so amazing. Can you hear that? Did that let you?
We can hear it. Yeah.
Oh, good. You got Maddie over here. She's so cute. It was an amazing event. You know, like there was so many different. So you can hear. Look at, yeah, she's gotten so big. Um, if you guys can hear, then maybe I'll just go ahead and I wanted to show you something. So there was a lot of things that happened. Do you mind if I just skip around a little bit?
Yeah, go for it.
Because I want to. I am so honored to get to have been part of this. Wait, let me make sure I got the right one. Uh, to be part of this group of amazing people, and I want to honor everyone with, and also considering, the maybe some people don't want to be. I did do like photo release stuff, but this was a very beautiful event, and I want to be sure to honor it when I do this. But oh, it started. Um, on the solstice, that having the snake thing happen, kind of it threw a lot of people off. Here, I'll start this way. I'll just show. I'll go. We did a cacao ceremony, which we've been planning to do, but because there was some things that happened that was jarring for everybody. That there was more of a bond and connection, and like everybody getting together, and the way that these ceremonies happened was just remarkable. That's the cacao ceremony, preparing for the sound. These bowls were brought by Afton and Leanne. Um, they were just, there's me. and like we all have our cacao and we're doing the ceremony. Um, it was really amazing. And these bulls over here, they would play them, but they had every one of us put something sacred that was important to us. This was we had already come back from the crystal mine, so everybody put like something that was closely connected for them in this place here in the middle, and then after we got started, some people, everybody took turns to lay on these cushioned mats and receive the amazing activation of the sound therapy, the sound bowls. It was amazing. It was so beautiful and powerful. I don't want to like stick to any person, but I just want to show like, wow, we had some amazing things happening during that period. But I also wanted to play the one of the oh look, I turned it off just before I got to this particular image. I got to show you. This amazing is amazing, this stuff. But look at this. Look how the light decided to diffuse itself there in this image while they're here providing this service of sound healing for everybody. You know, it's just like, wow, it's so cool. There's somebody laying, I think this might have been Maddie laying here. She was really cute. She we had to tell her that some other people wanted to try it now. She didn't want to get up, and who's to blame her, you know? It was so beautiful. And while I laid there, that was when the spaceship started to come. Hold on. I'm trying to get to the this is her talking about what we're gonna do. Isn't this just beautiful? That's the beginning of it. I thought it would go straight to the video. Here we go. I invite you to turn up your volume because this is just amazing. It goes on for a lot longer, though. It's just, and on and on. We went to this amazing ceremony. It was so beautiful and so pure and so, uh, and we had all just come back from the mines where we had been collecting all of these amazing crystals, um, you know, and like, I think I've lost my spot. There we go. I gotta show you this last part, okay? I'm just showing you the day. Um, but the oh, where'd it go? Here it is. The same day that we had the sound or the drum circle and everything, we'd gone to the mines, the crystal mine, and you got Elsa. You got to check out this dirt. You see this dirt? It's bright orange, and there were some people. Oops, I clicked the wrong thing. Why did I do that? There it goes. And it's such healing. This dirt is so healing. People were rubbing it on their bodies. I've taken quantities home, but it just there's you can see the crystals in the soil. Looking at this, there's a lot of people participating. The soil was. And this is the other side. This is where I was. There's two different locations where we were mining, and there's just some amazing, like this artifact here, the memorial, a memorial to an old friend. Just and like so we all went up in these safari style vehicles and went up to the mine and then just dug for a long time. And there's Maddie pulled crystals right out of the ground and then brought those crystals back with us to where we were spending our time and created this amazing. Here's my brother and sister-in-law with Maddie, and created this amazing uh, um, grid that turned into like this great healing thing. And this is just trying to figure out how to tell people get there. So let's just go back. I know. I just want to share. Ah, it's still going. How do I turn it off? Can you hear it? There we go. It's loud.
What's
Anyway,
what's interesting on that is on the red dirt, because where we live, that's the biggest joke about where we live is the red dirt. Like everything is. That's why one of the reasons I like doing a lot of black clothing is because everything here is red dirt, and it's Ozarks, right? And
interesting.
so that's high levels of rust or iron, and that's a lot of the names of our road here: iron, lead, iron, lead. These words are there for us to see. And, well, actually, these words are there to trick us and make us look like crazy people, but to be led is to be led. And so you get activated through the soil. So you going into the red soil is you're ready.
Yeah.
The crystals are there. Are you getting this? So you did this, you prepared for the ceremony, so you got ready. It's so
Right.
cute, right? You can't make this up. Like, to me, it's like your weekend is like a little mini series, I guess, of all the things. Toad. Toad is connected to Fae. Toad is two. Toad is to be led again. Toad is grounding in. Toad leads you back to your origins and takes us to all the
Oh, the
different
toads.
species. And then you said you had toads.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The toads were amazing. So at the beginning, when the first night was where I was showed that picture of the Milky Way, and like, I mean, it was extra difficult seeming the um to get to the party, right? So a lot of people were like just tired by the time. So not to see that just a bunch of us on the balcony of the patio and like looking at the stars, and the toads started to talk, and the toads started saying names of people who were there with us at that moment. It was saying Kristen, then they were saying Afton, they were saying the names of everybody there, and like, and they were talking to each other. One was farther away than the other, but the toads, yeah, there was a lot of them. The fireflies and the toads and the different special, amazing individuals that came in. We had some and people of the land that came up in meditation. We did some group meditations that went really, they were really powerful group meditations. And man, the Elsa, out of every, if I had to find a way to say what it felt like or what that experience was, I would say that I got to have a taste of what New Earth is, because
Oh,
we had some crazy stuff go down too. Like, and everybody just showed up. Like, we had a caterer at one point, and then we didn't because there was filming going on nearby, and so the caterers, of course, jumped to get the the longer job. This is their season to make the money that they're going to live off the rest of their year. So no no blame on them. However, all of a sudden I was like, whoa, you know, what am I going to do? And it turned into this amazing thing where everybody was in the kitchen, everybody was in this sharing capacity. Every person who came as some type of practitioner, whether they do it and professionally or on their spare time or whatever, everybody there were aligned, and it was so beautiful. And not everybody did the same things. Sometimes he has 333. Sometimes we were, like following the itinerary that I loosely drew up, or there were side missions happening. People would disappear here and there to go do their own thing. There's so much to see in Arkansas. We went to two crystal collecting days, and The day of the second crystal collecting was the day after the snake had bit the beautiful woman's toe, and um, so there was a clearing of the land happening. There was a ceremony that happened for the clearing of that spot to kind of dissolve the fear that got left there and stuff. And while we simultaneously were in a different mind, you know, so it was just really cool how everything lined up, and there was no argument. There was no someone's better or less, or it just everyone was amazing and lovely together, and it felt easy. It felt easy. You didn't have to think about, if someone's got a mask on, they're being themselves. And you knew you would be accepted and loved, respected for who you are. It was really cool. And it felt like a taste of what we're about to see. Oh, I forgot to tell you this amazing thing. So we were at the mine, and that the reason I showed that weird map, it looked like a snake, it didn't it? Um, that map was how she told us to go to the other mine that was like it was a little easier dig. Um, and we had uh, been operating under false information. And so we went on this amazing side mission drive with just me and a bunch of women and Maddie, and we went all over the place. It was so cool. We were in the forest, and I felt druid. I felt fae. I felt fairies there with us. Like it was crazy where we got led, and then the misunderstanding of when time was going to be when they were going to be done at the top. I wanted to be sure I'd be there to meet everybody at the bottom. So I went back to the base camp, and the lady there was going on about menopause and talking to me, and she had given me um, an arrowhead that was made out of a stone of a copper color, and she said, this is for you. And um, I later on, this copperhead had bit this woman in her toe, and she was waiting for the ambulance. She's okay, though. I felt strongly guided to give her this arrowhead, not realizing that it had a color that echoed the name of the snake, and simultaneously, at the same time I was giving that to her, someone else was giving another person an arrowhead necklace that is wrapped in copper. And then simultaneously to that, there was a third. I don't remember what the third thing was, but it had to do with arrowheads and copper. And it it was crazy that it was like the likelihood of those things happening by coincidence or accident is incredibly impossible, in my opinion.
Well,
It was
arrowhead and copper is that will that's the name of the snakes as well. They would have arrowheads.
really,
A row is literally it is snake. It is in a row. It's that goes back to your first picture with the fire and the snake back to back.
yeah,
It's about seeing. It's about understanding what was before and what is understanding before or ahead. It's both. So you have to. Going back to the toad, the toads are singing your names. Like how, like you got the animals in on it now. They're chanting with
yeah,
you, and so this is where chanting came from. Is animals. This is where the beat of the drum or the beat of our heart came from, and what's interesting is the way you've described all this. You had delays. You've had many different species. You've had ghosts energy. You've had grandmother energy. You've got druid energy. You've got snake energy. And then you've got the sweet things of life, which is this moon. or wealth, and you have the berry, the pie. Like, you have cacao.
Yeah.
I mean, it. Can
Yeah.
you
That
see?
cacao
Like, you're
ceremony was
touching every sense.
yeah.
You've touched every sense. So you it would have you would be like, how can you guys not show up?
Yeah.
The whole thing with the toad thing, Mila, I just wanted to share with you is that this is something I love because it really reminds me of Maddie, is how this is about a lot to do with the new phase of Pluto, and Pluto is toe. By you having this ceremony has helped me to understand the meaning of Pluto. Pluto is the also Hades, which is the god of dead spirits. The god of dead spirits is also
Ooh.
the god of precious gems and metals. Are you getting this? He's the god of
Yeah.
wealth, riches, and to be had in different versions is idean or idea. It's to see. It's to had all. Now, to had all, when you hear that, you feel like you've been a bit cheated or ripped off. But to had all is also the opposite, where you have it all. To have it all, this is all from Pluto, by the way, which is the power of toe, is it's to flow to, or it's the message you gave me before your thing. You said the striped cat is important. The thyson is important for later on. These are the words you said to me, Mila, and they echo in me like a song. A Pluto is wolf to ones, which is flow to ones. And
Ooh.
yeah, it's us grounding the lower, the lowerness of us, the lower part from the collarband down. And I always remember you said that Maddie said they're really mean to Pluto. Remember you said that
Yeah.
they really mean to Pluto. Why?
Yeah. There's a whole story about the Pluto thing. And speaking of just the toe, I don't know if you see the little teeny frog on the screen
Is
here.
that a frog?
That that's a frog. Look how little it is.
See that's the
This was
frog.
taken by my brother.
Is that someone's toe or finger?
That's their finger pointing at it.
Yeah, but in animal species that would be a toe. It looks like a toe.
Right.
So that species there of toad is one that can survive without water, and that's part of our evolution as well. Is so you got the oarfish or the
Right.
lungfish. They're the ones that could have they survived through many mud floods, I guess, to get us to here. They were part of the catfish or the
Right.
sturgeon. Because you always used to bring up when the oarfish presents, then all the rest happens. That's part of
Yeah.
that family. So that's the evolution of us going from, I guess, Loch Ness to lungs through the
Yeah.
sturgeon.
Right.
Sorry, it just sounds complicated, but to me, I'm going, oh yeah, this makes so much sense.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, someone told me these are some of this. These are some of the crystals that we collected on the second mining day. These are like the crown chakra ones, where they're like the milky or white quartz with composition of like basically organized. That's them rinsing it off. Um, just some examples of them. They're really pretty. Isn't that just beautiful?
Look at the size of them. Like, this is like seriously crystal land. Like, it's amazing, right?
Yeah, this is a smaller one too. The one I was showing you over here, like this was so big. Like I don't know if you could tell that. I mean, this is 6 by 8. These boards. This is it. No one brought this home because it was so heavy. No one had a place to put it. Here's a closer vision. visual of it. Look how huge that is. It took. I was carrying two hands, and it was heavy. Like there's a bunch of these types of things, like centerpiece kind of crystals. But
They look mainly
um,
like quartz, smoky quartz, clear quartz. Yeah, quartz is
right,
quartz is the main one that they covered pyramids with.
yeah, yeah. Oh, we didn't even talk about the
Yeah.
grand finale, but I have to show this picture. I thought it was really. My very artistic, so his photographs are much better than mine. I would say, like I'm point and click, and he's like looking at composition. But when we were out doing this mine, it was cold, so I went and found some organic popsicles and handed them out to people who would come. And isn't that just cute? This is the scenery of like where we. This is where we went for the second time of collecting crystals. So there's the pie again. It was just so pretty. Oh, look, I found a little teeny tiny Jesus. Hold on, where'd it go? That's not what I was going for. I thought I had a picture of it. Okay, hold on. Let me stop sharing. I'm not
Oh,
sure what
can
I'm
you go
talking.
back? Can you go back to the ice cream picture, the rainbow one?
Yeah, let me find it. Am I still sharing? There it goes.
Not yet. Here.
Okay, I was in a different screen, so um, yeah. I thought I was supposed to share this.
Okay, so see how the icy pole is. So they have the pole, which is a vertebrae. We don't have our tail anymore, so you can cut a little bit off at the end. But see how it goes from red to purple down below? It's
Yeah,
sort of like there's a person standing there looking at the icy pole, and then I'm laughing because they go straight through to the red. But if we do our chakras, I'm positive it's the other way round.
yeah,
But
it is.
where you've taken this picture, the horizon is at the eye level. Are you getting this? Can
Yeah,
you see that, Mila?
yeah, I
Like,
do.
I think it's a jetty, like a walkway. So they walk out to water onto the red
Yeah, it's like a dock.
chakra. Yeah, that's the lining up of this picture. Is this your brother that took this?
Yeah,
It's
that's his
very
wife right
cool.
there. That's his wife right there.
Okay,
My
so
sister.
she's looking at the red. Her waist is gold and green, and her feet. And she's in profile. So we're walking in the blue, and then we're going to get the next cone, which you've always said is ultraviolet, which is,
That's interesting. That's the code we've been
hey,
talking about.
yeah, but we've got to walk it in. So we've got to flip the ship because our chakras are the other way around, correct?
Yeah, so you'd have violet or white on top and red on bottom. You can see there's orange in here if you get close enough. But yeah, you're right. It's reversed, and then it goes down, and they're missing indigo, of course. They usually do that dark color. It's hard to come by.
Yeah, but that's ultraviolet is infrared. So then you go back to the red again. So it becomes a completion as well.
It's like it cycles or circles.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
maybe that's the cycle. It's been flipped, and now we're coming back into the way it is for our chakras or something. Are you getting that? I don't know how to word it yet. 'Cause I'm
Yeah,
only getting it straight now. So yeah, it's like because they always say to be satisfied is like we're coming into the new. You had all those grandmothers in your picture as well. They're the aunts. It's a new way. It's Jesus. You have to bring
I just
Jesus
found
and
this in a
Draco in.
random. Yeah, that's the one I was trying
Well,
to share earlier.
what's he got on his chest? So what's it say on
It's a sash
his
that says
sash?
Jesus heart you. Jesus
Oh,
loves you.
okay.
Jesus heart.
Jesus heart you is Jesus. It's about the Hertz. It's about the strawberry moon, and he's with a duck, a blue duck, which is Draco. They're both smiling because they're friends, right? Look at them, and they're on a
They're just
shelf.
chilling.
They're they're
and they're just so
Yeah.
small, like they're the size of your pinky nail. This is like the little teeny lip of the border. Like the
Look
fact
at
that,
the
oh, I stopped it. Sorry.
Sorry, look at the wood. The wood looks like a 10. Okay, this is. I feel like this. So people are going, you are absolutely batty else. So this picture, the light is coming through with Jesus and Dragon or Draco, and then the wood is in it 10. So that's the Egyptian sun upside down. Look at, and it's streaming. E10 is the name of the biggest asteroid going past right now. It's called
Wow.
E10. I know, Mila.
Wow. Yeah, dude. We got some
And
stuff
it's only
happening.
half. It's a horizon. It's only half, which is like Lady Hawk again. Flip the ship. It's both this and that and this. That's what the strawberry moon is. It's this and that. It's that and this. It is all those memories of you, and it's all the ones coming, all the memories coming, all the new memories coming. Let it go. You can't wear all of it, and
Right.
come together and unite in heart, like
Mer- and
Jesus says.
And Mercury's position is retrograde on this moon that she's talking about. It's a micro moon, y'all. Micro moon on the 29th of June, 30th for those in the southern hemisphere. That's the strawberry moon in Capricorn. But Pluto's been in retrograde since May 6th and stays there till October 15th. You'd mentioned Pluto. Um,
Pluto's in a big window though now. It goes for like 7 years or something, doesn't it? Oh, you know, I don't. I probably
this
got it
one
wrong, but
goes the retrograde. Yeah. So what's happening is outer planets and well, a lot of different planets are all changing position or changing their sign. You know, because each planet has like ruled by a specific sign in astrology, and that's flipping. They're flipping that script. You know, and then you look at the Vedic way of looking at things. This full moon is in Sagittarius, and for us, it's in Capricorn. But it's the same day that Mercury goes direct, or excuse me, goes retrograde. And so a lot of people are going to notice that there's going to like be tapping on the brakes, you know, maybe drawing their curtains a little bit and just kind of going within a little bit more, you know, and all of that's happening, lining up with a lot of things, including the planets, many of them shifting signs. And so we're going to notice a quaking inside of us. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. We're going to be able to notice something is changing inside of us. This year, this whole year, Elsa, is going to be crazy awesome. Like we got so much slated for planning to have happen. And I knew there was going to be that actually leads me into something else. You had something more to say. Do you mind if I just go into this next thing real quick?
yeah, go for it.
So, I knew there was going to be a clearing that needed to happen, some type of a clearing of the land, not cleaning, not cleansing, a clearing of the land. And I didn't know what that meant exactly, but I knew it had to do. It was before we left. Or thought that it was that was the the snake thing, but I was wrong. Uh, while we were asleep on Monday night or Sunday night, Monday morning, see, there's a I don't as far as I could tell, as far as I know, everyone were affected and woke up to this except for a select few. I think that part's fascinating. My daughter and I didn't wake up. I woke up when the air conditioner turned off because the hum had become a rhythm that I would become accustomed to, and when the power went out, that woke me up. We ended up waking up my brother and his wife because we were just checking on them and they were still asleep. The reason I was awake because the people that I was sharing the house with were on purpose kind of banging around to get my attention, try to wake me up because at 6:20 in the morning that morning, we had most crazy uh, thing. We had a small microburst or something, and like a tornado drew a heart shape all around the property. Here's one of the trees, and isn't that weird that chair just fell right in there the way that it did? It's like as it went down, but this tree it landed. Look how touch the car. And over here, there's a garden over here that's highly prized by the person that landowner. It stopped just short of her fence for her garden. It didn't cause any harm to anybody, but I mean, it took down these power lines. And actually, I almost drove to the power lines. I was driving Aaron to the property to like uh, collect somebody else because they were going to leave. And um, anyway, I was like, oh, let's drive around. I was going to drive around right here. I didn't see it. I would have seen it by the time we got over there, I'm sure. But Aaron's like, no, stop. And then like showing that was, but the kind of destruction that had happened was something that people were kind of noticing the most. But I found this I'm doing this backwards, these photographs. The storm, this is Maddie's stuff. And up here's my sage. And these things, the tablecloths flopped over and protected my sage and all of her jewelry that she had made. Like here's the tree that went down before they took it down. This is Maddie. She's still waking up, so she's like, but it was like a portal, and so we were blocked in to. This is a good friend leaving. This is the tree. We couldn't see. I drove through here after someone made. There's Erin. She was really fun to have there. Um, but once we got in there and the people, look at that, man. Once the people came to remove trees, they're like, no, you're stuck here. We can't. We're liable if you try to cross. So you're stuck until we're done. So we just had this little portal here that I drove through, but then they wouldn't let us leave again. So we had to stay on the property for a while and do more clearing. I feel like, oh, here we go. But this is, I wonder if I could speed it up. Well, I'm just gonna go like this. This is them coming in and like taking down this tree. I've videoed almost the whole process. And then he just picked it up like Legos. Like he's like, and while this was happening, our friend was looking for her keys and she couldn't find them. And so the keys were found just in time. You know what I mean? Like that was so, and just then the land got opened back up to us where we could leave after her keys were found. But it was really cool. It didn't affect anybody in a negative way. It was the most amazing, and it provided firewood for the next event, you know.
Well,
But
the storm that has come through, it's a weird pinpoint storm, and we've had those come through our farms here and there, and they're not. They're very pinpointed. I'm going to say they're created, and so that's probably possibly, without getting dark, puppeteers tapping into your energy, and the druid's like, no, we're going to turn this thing around. Watch how they spin this. And so then, and then you get the key at the end. And that's basically what we are here to do now, is with our senses, how are you reacting to this? How are you reacting to this? So instead of you being in fear and problematic, you're going, look at this, look at this, look at the, you're looking at the positive and being flexible and going, okay, well, we'll do it here. We'll stop here and do it here. And so now you're going with the cosmos. Maybe the cosmos got those ones to create the storm for that. So then this could happen. See how the cosmos has your back, like Jesus and the
Yeah.
Draco. The wall, the cosmos has your back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Just as it was supposed to be.
yeah, like this is attempting to stop the the solstice gathering, but you went no, no, no. We'll just do it here, because it doesn't matter where you do it. It's in you,
Yeah.
and it's not like oh, hang on, um, like the grandmother in the smoke goes, I'm not going over there. I'm doing it here. Like if they're going to have their fire over there, I'm not going. It doesn't work like that. They're tapping into frequency or the hertz or the hearts of you. And
Yeah.
I mean, if we go back to Pluto, Hades is the god of dead spirits. Well, you hear that and you go, wow, that's really dark. But dead spirits is to understand the two of spirit. So, yes, to you they're dead, but to them they're not dead. Does that make
Yeah.
sense what I'm saying? Like, that's like saying the fire's dead. Just like,
Yeah.
it's, it's
Yeah. I
just,
don't like, they use that a lot. Like they'll say like, my phone died.
yeah.
People say that all the time. Like,
But
I don't like
it's
it.
not
It
the
doesn't.
word that's, I know what you're saying. It's not the word though. It's just what it carries. And that's what
Yeah.
we're like. We're carrying all this BS in us and it's unnecessary. And that's what this moon's about. It's about harvest you, it's about the wealth of you, the precious metals and gems of you come together. Understand that you had to have all that and then just go from unite with what you have with others from here. Then watch what happens in a storm. It will work out.
Yeah.
Maybe the storm was meant to shift your angle so you go on a different path.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a weird way of thinking, but it's the new way of thinking, Mila. Like you said,
Yeah.
like
No, it felt, I wasn't, I mean, there were individuals who were, of course, were concerned, and so we did go through some like debriefing kind of stuff, for people that needed that, found benefit in doing that. But most of us really were enjoying and seeing for what it is. Like walking through this porthole was so much fun. Like, like this was just, there, everybody seems to enjoy that, and to like
well, you got to
those types of things.
well okay. So I'm just going to keep butting in, but you can cut me off. The walking through this is so much fun. That tree hasn't had that part of the tree touch the ground for many many years because it's taken a long time to grow there.
Yep.
So for the tree, it's a new experience too. And you go, oh,
Right.
look at this beautiful tree. It's died or it's dead. No, no, no. This is the new experience for the tree and all the critters in it and the ground and the mold and everything. And now look, you got Maddie there enjoying the tree top at the ground. Like
Yeah.
it's just a new way. So it's just a way of respinning things that we've been told are bad. Even this little cyclone storm, you could have taken as
Hmm.
bad, but it's basically asking us to rechannel our senses to get ready.
Right. Yeah, right. And to play like the little, like, professor used to call Professor Maddie, like the the childlike heart is the commodity now,
Mm.
or maybe it always was and we just didn't realize it. But I mean, that joy, we're here out, and like all of the things that were happening outside of this, were like, I think that a lot of people were able to grasp. See, this is that weird. This is why we got lost. They gave us a really weird map. This is their map. And I was like, yeah, we ended up on the highway, and it was really cool. But everybody went and were the way we were meant to be, and the gifts that that Gaia, that the Earth gave us while we were there was, just amazing. I saw people taking like piles of this sacred soil with them,
Mm.
like making mud balls and taking them, because that's what used to happen in the old days. The indigenous people. Let me just stop sharing. I don't know what's going to. Oh, it's watching people drive away. Um,
Well, to
is
well, the rust in the soil, which is what makes it red, is to trust. It's rust. It's
Right.
that's us. And that's funny because it's known for where we live in the hinterland. It's very rare red soil. It's got a lot to do with volcanoes, and the red dirt is very volcanic, and it's very rich soil. And this is what Pluto is. Pluto is Hades. It's the god of wealth and richness. And they said, I've heard a few astrologers say that everyone will be feeling a lot of lack at the moment. And I had a beautiful friend give me a very generous gift, and completely brought me to tears. And I'm very grateful for the gift. And lack means leak, which is the eternal flow, which brings me back to Pluto again, which is wolf to ones or flow to ones. Like, it's like poetry to me,
Yeah.
Mila. It makes me teary-eyed. It makes me want to go up to people in the supermarket and go, it's flow to ones. It's Pluto. It's the new phase. Don't worry, something will turn up. It just might not turn up in the way that you expect. It's not something you
Yeah.
can plan. You got to trust the cosmos, like Jesus and the duck. The cosmos has your back. You've just got to hang out with your friends a little bit more.
Yeah.
The spirits, the
And
angels, the druids, the elves, the goblins, the ones in you, like,
and to honor yourself.
yeah.
When we honor
This,
ourselves, lots of times we think of it as a selfish act when it's not at all.
yeah, well, even the word, I mean, selfish, I think, was one of my first things. It's a soul fish. So it comes back to that little frog, the amphibians, the lungfish. Soul fish is soul, the light, on fish, which is Jesus. It's the broken code, or the upside down 8 without the bottom, but it's code moving through, like a cod, which Mila and I went on and on about in our first shows. Cod, salmon, swimming upstream. They know to go upstream. We do too,
Yeah.
but for some reason, we've got amnesia. I think it has a lot to do with us being stood up. Literally, our spines went this way.
Yeah.
Our spines went this way, like Horus. Horse. Horus also, whores, literally in females, whores, horrible. All these words were made horrible about Horus, but Horus is just the other eye. It's seeing both. And so now our
Right.
spine has gone from like this is from Mila's retreat. The spine is like this on dog or wolf, and then we had kangaroo, emu, or the jabiru or ostrich. We get stood up, and then our tail is cut off.
Yeah.
And so we're having
And then you're off balance.
yeah, so we're having to do that icy pole rainbow chakra thing. We've got to be like that lady. We've got
Yeah.
to be like that lady, looking at our chakras. Where are we up to? Where's the hurts? Where's the frequencies? Where's the pain? Focus there, heal it. Focus there, heal it. We got to face it. We got to look at it. We got to profile
Yeah.
the colors in us so that we can eventually see blue and ultraviolet. It's a new
Right. And all
version of
those tones
us.
are coming back on. And it's ice cream. The word ice cream is usually typically synonymous with the word cone.
Yeah.
It just got something
Well, it's
interesting.
frozen
Uh,
code. It's frozen water, frozen Akashic records. I mean, it's so funny because we're talking about quite big physical things in our evolution, and we got it from a photo with an ice cream.
yeah, it's pretty funny.
But this is jest. This is
I
being
love it.
playful, right?
Yeah, it's being that childlike self that you're meant to be. We came here as sacred beings of wise
Mm.
innocence that we're recapturing and we're returning to that, though it's kind of funny that we've always had it inside of us.
Mm.
I want to play this one more time. Well, this is a different take of the sound ceremony, just because I saw the comments. People were able to hear it well enough that I feel like this will benefit people. Do you mind? Minute and a half?
Yeah, let's
Do you
go.
mind, Elsa?
No, we have a
Okay.
storm going on here through Oregon.
Yeah. I invite you to turn up your volume to hear this.
Mila, I think you've turned it off. You turned your mic off, turned it off.
Oh, can you hear it now? So there's that. That was beautiful. I just want to say for anyone joining in the audience right now that we're at the event, I want to say thank you. Thank you, all of you, for such an amazing. Hey, it's 411. That's the lowdown, right? Such an amazing. At the beginning of the this show, I said thank you to each person by name, and I just wanted you to know I see all of you, and I want to say thank you. Um, we did something amazing during this weekend, and that's why Elsa and I are doing a show about this. Is that, well, for one, it was so much fun, and I want to show everybody the cool, neat. I was gonna bring all my rocks and show you guys my crystals, but I didn't do that. I don't know why. Um, but the sample of feeling what it is like to live in New Earth was experienced during this. And though there were a lot of things that some may interpret as outside forces trying to thwart what we're doing, every one of the things caused us to slow down and to stop pushing, to let ourselves be in the moment we were in and to flow instead of, trying to meet some tick of a clock or something like that. And it was amazing. It was well worth everything that we put into it and more. And for those who have been asking, I'm not going to advertise it a lot for a little while, but we are planning on doing one on this coming September equinox as well. And Josie Jackson says that she's excited to join us as a guest. I've also asked Erin. I think that she might come. We'll find out. But it's going to be really cool. So if you didn't get a chance to go to this last one, there'll still be more choice chances in the future. And while we were doing a meditation, um, it was channeled There was conversation about individuals who were in and at that event right then, um, that we will all, in some way, whether it's at the event or something similar to that, we're all going to connect again in a year's time. So within the next 18 months, the world is going to turn into a different place. And it was not just because this specific event, but everybody who were doing different ceremonies at that same time. And remember to slow down, to honor yourself. When we feel kind of funky, let it flow, right? Flow. I like saw two comments about flow, right? Flow and go with the flow,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Well, go with the flow is Pluto. Pluto is the dog. Wolf. Wolf to one. One's to flow. So to flow means that, okay, yes, our chakras used to go this way, but now they go this way. And that's the new version of us. So now we're remembering our tail. The tail, I feel like, is connected to amnesia, that the section of us that had to be cut off. And now we're remembering our tail. Not that we have to wear a tail anymore, but we're remembering it so that we can flow forward to the next phase. And there's something about acknowledging it and thanking it for having a tail once a while ago to being the evolution of now. There's some greatness in it. It connects all the cultures speak of the dragon, Loch Ness, serpents, rainbow serpent, sea dragon, seahorse. This is all connecting us back in the year of the horse, which is the eye of Horus. Eye of Horus. Yeah. So you got to see with
Maddie's
two
a
eyes.
fire horse.
Yeah. Fire horse. Fire horse is
Maddie's a fire horse.
yeah.
Or no, she's not a fire horse. She's some kind of horse. Might be right. I think I might be right. Anyway.
Well, you said that you had these outcomes that could have stopped you or seemed dark, but instead of that, you weren't resistance. To be resistance is to resist ants. So instead of you resist ants, you allowed it, understood it, and then you can be the Anu, which is the tutor, the oracles, the grandmothers, the ones that can see too. So by resistance and respinning it and seeing the power of it, you are able to all be the oracles or magi ones of yourselves, and then that then spreads, which is strawberry moon. It's star spread. Pretty cool, Mila.
And that's where we are right now. And then it goes, you know what? It's kind of funny. It's just by the way kind of thing. It's not.
Oh, here we go.
It's
Better
that.
write it down.
Oh, there's 33 people here, and we've been on for 1, 2, 3.
By the
Um,
way,
3 people from Facebook and 30 people from YouTube. Is really interesting. Is that when I was 6, I had submitted a piece of art. We're all very gifted in my family artistically, and I was one of those people that my parents kept just telling me that when I grew up I was going to be a famous artist, and so they kept all of my stuff for anyway. Um, I was very good, and I made a drawing of some Disney character and turned it and mailed it for a competition. And Wood Horse, that's right, thank you. Um, and anyway, it's really fascinating. They had decided that must be I must have gotten assistance by my parents, because there's no way a 6-year-old would have drawn something so beautiful or whatever. So I got disqualified for parents, and nobody else did it but me. But as like a, like, don't feel so bad kind of thing, they sent me a postcard that was from Pluto, and he signed it with his paw print. And that was like my thing, like a famous person gave me a signature as a paw print. It was, but it was a big deal for me. And what later on in life when people, I don't know if this was connected directly or what, but when I was in school, I didn't start school till I was 14, and people would ask me on occasion why I was so weird, and I would always say I'm from Pluto. It's just a thing. And then Maddie was born when Pluto was the closest to Earth. In fact, when I was pregnant, I remember there being this big thing at some fast food place that you could like send money and they could bring something of yours to Pluto because they were going to do a mission to Pluto because it was so close. And then Maddie tells me that Pluto is actually the gatekeeper for inner Earth. Pluto's job isn't to um, usher people and keep them away from one side to another. It's to keep the kids out of the parents' den, basically,
Mm.
you know, and that we would cause too much mischief and chaos. And so this Hades or Pluto is like the one that's keeping the kids out,
Yeah.
us, until we're ready.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Well, it's wolf two ones, which is flow two ones. It's wolf is flow. So once we understand it, you start to flow better, or you become the serpent that sees its own tail in many symbols. And the seriously, Pluto paw got sent to you as a gift.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so they
And there's
say
a postcard of Pluto on the outside.
so they say you can't win, which is classed as bad, right? Because you didn't get to win, but we'll send you Pluto's paw. Oh my gosh. I'm just
One more part.
toe.
The picture I made was the witch that was talking to Merlin about Bermuda Triangle and Archimedes the owl, and her hair was all crazy. That was the drawing that I made for King Arthur's Sword in the Stone. I don't know if there was code there that you wanted to add to that, but there you
Well,
go. That's all of the information.
King Arthur's sword is the same as Alexander the Great. I can speak about both Alexander and ants because no one's awake. But yeah, so it's the sword that's stuck. You know, it's stuck
Yeah,
in stone, and but it's not stuck in stone for the one who can release it. It's like the
yeah,
Gordian knot for Alexander the Great. No one could undo the knot. And, well, Alexander comes along and goes, well, why do you have to undo it? And he just cuts it. But no one thought to do that. And this is Hades. It's where idea comes from. And so by the ones who see in the simple or the jest or in lightheartedness, they're the oracles. The ones who see things help give a forecast of easier ways to be, or they give insight or a jingle or a higher bell or ringing to saying, okay,
yeah,
yes, you've got all that. You're really good at having the doom and gloom. You're well done. You've had all the doom and gloom. But you can now you've got this side over here because the frequency does not work properly without both sides. So you're saying, good job on the doom and gloom. You're really good at it. The cyclone or the little,
right.
but we're going to be doing it this way. You can see them snapping their fingers going, drats. Drats.
Yeah,
It's a bit like the Roadrunner and the coyote. Like he's always trying to stop
yeah,
the Roadrunner's path, and the Roadrunner's always in such beep beep mode that it doesn't matter. It's okay.
yeah, yeah. He's being playful about it. Exactly. Will you excuse me for a moment? Would you mind talking about something for just a second?
She's gonna leave me.
Yeah, I'm gonna abandon you just for a quick second.
Yeah. Okay.
But
So the examples of Mila sharing her group, you can do things by yourself. You can do things with others. You can do things in with family. But it's basically creating little altars of moments for you. And to create little altars is to alter or change you. It's also like prayer, it's honoring, and it's saying thank you. And I'm just saying, Mila, like doing these clearings, doing these where you have group gatherings, it's like creating altars and prayers of you. So you create a shift because you alter. So you're all stars, so you're all stars, and you shift. And then you all stars, and then you shift. And this is what strawberry moon is. It's the stars spread. This is what horse do. Horses eat seeds in the grass, and then they poop it out and spread it. This is what bats do. This is what we should do.
Speaking of stars.
I mean, when we actually go to the bathroom, we can go, oh, wow, just did a whole heap of stars then. Because you're allowing that seed coming out. That's why they're so, in Australia, like the sewage system is so, even on farms, like farms used to be, the sewage would go out into the fields, but they have in Australia this law that it has to go into a holding tank so it can kill all the seeds. Why? It's unnecessary in farms. Like, it's not going to be a hygienic thing. But they make you, they're bringing in a system of sewage on farms. So even on farms, it doesn't spread. I'm talking about the seeds, which is strawberry moon. Strawberry moon is starberry or code berry. That's what it is. And then so you got that, right, Mila? So I'm talking because you had your thing. So you're setting us all up. You're shifting energies, right, in the solstice. Then we've got the strawberry moon. And then you have E10 asteroid coming past. A 10 is huge for me.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about this asteroid, will you please?
Well, he's a star grazer. Star grazers are the horse or herders. Grazers are the ones that walk it in, but that means 4, so they're walking it in. Oh, Daisy Queen. She's so pretty, right? Look how much bigger she is. Little Maddie. Yeah, this it is E10. It is connected to Venus, I think, and it's not in Earth's orbit. So
interesting. It's connected to Venus.
And Venus is the strawberry moon again. It's love.
Yeah. Well, and I had a guest yesterday. Josie was on, and she was doing my chart, my Vedic chart, and in Vedic astrology is different than Western astrology, and I was really surprised how many Venus placements I have. And she's like, all the Venus stuff that's about to happen is really going to be something where I'm going to notice. And then you're saying something else about Venus.
Well, okay, so Venus is love. The symbol of love is a love heart shape. But a love heart shape is not, it's not the shape of your heart. It's the shape of your spleen. So again,
that makes so much
it
sense.
comes back to spleen. The bottom of a horseshoe is the shape of your spleen. Even if you look at the the love heart is an arrow. So if you imagine a comet coming through the sky, it's an arrow, and then it's like the 2 tails. Does that make sense? Or the 2 sides of the butterfly. You got the reason they give us symbols through history or whatever history is. The reason they give us symbols, and coming back to Mila's book of animals, is because that's how they're trying to timestamp it for us without timestamping it. It's the evolution.
Yeah.
And so to a lot of see, this is called the Alexander butterfly in some places. Um, uh,
Of
sorry, I
course it
had to
is.
say that. Of course it is. Yeah, so it's just sorry, I'm reading what Zena said. It's whale poop is nutrients to sea creatures. Yeah, so it's just reusing it. Sewage is sewage actually means pharaoh, and it means to see the memory of age. So see the memory of us.
Yeah.
Again, it just sounds like a whole bunch of riddles. It's not. It's taking the signs that you see and using them for the benefit of you or your family members. And some people might not see these signs, and that's okay too. But there'll be ones around you that do, and they'll help you. They're here, like Mila is, to help you. I'm not here to confuse people. I'm here to unconditionally share, and whoever needs to hear it will hear it.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
usually what we talk about isn't something that people are ready to hear until at later after we've spoken it. Sometimes
Two
it's
years.
yeah, it's been pretty almost always 2 years.
Yeah.
Wendy asks if you would. She says that asteroid is amazing. A10, Elsa. How
A
can it?
10 is ATEN. A 10 is living a 10 or him to a 10. It's that sun. It's that wood that's under Jesus and the Draco. Or, sorry, I keep calling the duck Draco, but that's what it is. Um, so if you look under the piece of wood, the picture that Mila showed, that's the 10. And this is in living a 10, this is Neph and Akem. This is who they believed. Iten is the sun. Iten.
Right.
Iten is 10. It's one ones. This is a flip ship version because Mila's upside down for me. I know you all call us down under, but I'm going to say. So look, it's a 10 and it's got a comet coming through. Are you kidding? And it's a moon. Mila. Oh my God. Oh my God. See, I'm getting so excited because how does that happen while I'm
What?
talking about it? So, the living image of a 10, which is Neph and Akem, famous thing, you'll see them, and there's him sitting here with some of the kids and Neph here, and then there's a sun coming down with rays. That's a 10. That's the name of the asteroid going past, right? And so you got a 10, the visual of that, and then you got a comet coming. Can you see that in the wood with a
Oh,
full
yeah,
moon?
I got it. I got it.
So you
Yeah.
got the sun, you've got Lady Hawk going on, you got the sun, so half sun, then you got the moon above, and then the comet pushing all the. It's a shift, Miller. This is a big shift. Jesus and Draco are in on it.
And this also looks a little bit like a profile of a duck as well, if you want to look at it that way.
Or a spaceship. But this
Yeah.
is in wood. So now we've got the druid being. So it's in the trunk, which is back to back. This is very cool.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, uh, Elsa has taught me something that basically, you can use uh, those dream journals or dream dictionaries. You can look up what your dreams are mean. You can use those in everyday life. And we're being shown all the time what's happening, like what is useful to know for a variety of different experiences that you're going through. And so when Elsa and I do shows, lots of times what she's doing is she's uncoding that very thing, that the unhidden, it's right in front of our face, but we don't realize it's something to notice because that's just some random placement, object placed there, or this thing, and we don't normally notice that there's something underneath it, an underlying message meant for us to assist us in some way. And so we're
Well,
going to talk
no,
to Elsa,
yeah.
talk about code.
Well, no randoms. Like, so people will go, what the hell? She's just talking about Jesus and Drake on a piece of wood. Well, there's that version of it, yes, as well. And I too understand that version because I was that version. You know, I was the one that went, oh, well, that's just coincidence. But there is no randoms. The word, even the play out of no random means gift, run, home. So you're running your home. So to run your home this is home, the great pharaoh of you. And so the great pharaoh of you has all your senses running up and down, and sometimes you'll get a little bit of a block or here or here. I mean, and that's okay. That'll build up in a knot or mucus, like in the tree, for you to see something different in it as a creator of you. You know, and this is, I mean, the word whore or Horus or Hades or Pluto means to get rid of mucus. I mean, I can't make this up, Mila.
Right. You can't.
I
I mean,
think I think we're in Pluto for like 7 years or 8 years in one sign or something. I can't remember the exact amount of time, but I know we're in Pluto for a while,
yeah.
which is nice because it means we're in wealth for a while. But the other side of wealth is the narrative spilling off lack. So you have lack and leak. Lack and leak are the same word. It's eternal. So you can have eternal wealth or you can have eternal no wealth. It's just, you've got
Right.
to steer it. And that's why doing things like what Mila did with her group is you create a shift or a shudder.
Right. And allow yourself to choose.
Yeah.
Like
Like
that's the,
it's like having that cyclone through because it looks like a man-made one, by the way. By the way, the tree, because it's uprooted. It's just
yeah.
weird. The whole thing's weird about how it's only specific things, but other things didn't get damaged. There's a very narrow window. Usually storms don't come through that narrow. It's more like it's been lasered or something, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And we've seen storms come through like that. But that, to me, is a confirmation. And people go, oh, that's bad. They're watching us. They're policing us. Maybe. But it's also saying that they've tapped into your energy. It's like a confirmation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, well, you want to keep being naughty. It's only making the story even greater. Like,
Yeah.
and it's the cosmos is playing them
Keep
too. The
going.
cosmos
Keep
isn't
going.
just playing us. The cosmos isn't just
Right.
having our back and playing us. It's playing them too. So if you want to be little
Yeah.
shits, that's fine, but it's going to work in our favor too because we're staying in jest. We're staying high vibrating. And that's what
Yeah.
was lovely. I mean, you had a snake bite you on the toe. Like, it's so biblical, right? Like,
It
it's
really is. And then it was the person who was local enough that they knew what just in case anyone's wondering, it was a little off the beaten path, and like, but what's fascinating is that she walked between, that's the tree you're talking about. She she walked between over the incredibly large um uh uh dream catcher and a life-size teepee, which is where this copperhead snake was. And then here's the storm that the trees all went down all around us. But I just love the porthole. I'm trying. There's some cool images about us going through that I'll find and show again for those who missed it. But very amazing and powerful event. And I know that there's going to be so much more that is going to come forward about this particular event. But I know we're going to do one in September too. Um, Yeah, the dream dictionary and record book I was given years ago. I just found it. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, if you use these dream based things like the dictionaries and and record them like Elsa's doing live right now, you'll see that your days are telling you about things as you go through them, and that you can understand them differently, maybe deeper, in a deeper way, and allowing yourself to, you know, explore some of these things, and kind of allows you to also consider maybe a little differently the idea of the simulation theory, because it's all right
Oh,
here.
yeah.
You know?
Well,
Are you
it's
in
well,
agreement?
you see things going on, and you go like, now that I see things this way, and it's taken years to get to this phase. I mean, some people probably get it really quickly, but it's taken me a long time. Once I see things like that, I'll go, oh, that doesn't mean that. That means this, and then it just shifts it. So instead of it being this heavy, gloomy, gluggy thing, I just go, oh, that means this, and it just lifts it straight away.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so I don't get
exactly.
too miserable, or because it does weigh you down, all that stuff. But if you are in that way down, dark bottom, dark night of that's a really good spot because you're there, you're on that side. So it has to be amplified over here as well. And that's
Yeah,
what, when you go and do these, your sounding bowls, and like the lands that Mila was in was very magnetic. All the mountains are called magnetic names, and that's because they harmonic out and shut it out.
yeah,
And yeah, it creates shifts, and it creates a shift in me, it creates a shift in someone else. Then it starts to create shifts in the universe and the cosmos and the planets that come closer, and then they go. By the way, NASA will go, by the way, we've got the closest. It's crazy,
yeah.
right?
It's awesome. Yeah, and it just is the redundancy allows you to have no choice but to see it, and that you know it's the synchronicities and the things that happen. We don't always. We've spent so many years of our lives just not paying attention to them. Um, I remember I was told when I was in my mid 20s, someone said, just because you see a pattern doesn't mean that it's there. And I remember thinking, that person's really asleep. Like the more that you're able to recognize and see these patterns, the more that you'll notice them, and that they're all over, and realizing everything lines up exactly as it's supposed to. People will complain and say, oh, this horrible thing happened to me. I got a flat and I had to pull over, and I didn't have the instrument I needed to change my tire. So I had to call somebody, and that person's was late, and so on and so forth. And all these things in their story will be like, oh, it was a horrible day. But then if you look at it from a different perspective, you'll see that they missed a 15-car pileup ahead, or something was going to happen that wasn't meant to. And them being delayed thwarted their danger, and eliminated, transmuted. The transmutation of snake was present for that was pre-solstice, because solstice started around 2:30 in the morning, and that happened a few hours before the actual solstice. It was like the preparation of. And I'm not suggesting anyone go out and spend time with snakes that can bite you, but um, that person, I'm not saying her name on purpose because I haven't had this conversation with her. However, the person, the beautiful sister who had this happen, also acknowledged and noticed that it was a joining in with uh, shaman energy. And she was at a crossroads in her life, and she's emerged now on the other side as a more aligned shaman after this snake. and it happened to be a juvenile snake, so it was a dry bite too. So you know, if you got to get bit by a snake, definitely without venom is what you're going to choose, right?
Well, the weird part of the snake is that it's a copper. So she copped her.
Yeah,
Cop in Australia, cop means to take it or take the hit. You know, cop it. You
yeah,
copped it, and it's her, cop her, and it was on her toe. So it is like you, like all Hades means dead spirit. So like you got this. It's like you were doing the timing of because not always the solstice is before the strawberry moon. Sometimes it's after the strawberry moon, but it was like it was designed this way
yeah.
to help set up the strawberry moon to set up the because this asteroid's coming in at the same time. So you got Mercury retrograde, strawberry moon, and so they give you 7 days prior. So Mila, get your group together. 7 days. We want
It's
to have
444 right now.
we want to have Wizard and Oz. We want a cyclone. We want a serpent present. We want ghost druids. We want druids to fall down. like, and then we'll bring in the strawberry moon, and we'll bring in a 10, a 10 asteroid. Like who hasn't been around for
Right.
400 years apparently. So just by the way, just all on. So it's like a setup. See how to me it looks like a
Yeah,
setup?
yeah. It does feel like it's on purpose, right?
On purpose, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, on
Yeah.
purpose.
Like my used to say when she was little, it's on purpose.
It's on purpose. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I feel like it's the ceremony that happens before the ceremony, the cleansing of the person so they can do the ceremony. A lot of times we'll notice. In fact, a lot of people, there was quantities of food, and it was surprising how many of us didn't eat that much during
yeah.
the event.
Do you
Like
find it's
we were
hard to
cleansing our
eat? Yeah, it's like you go fast for a bit. It's like you don't even think of food. And then, probably after the event, everyone's like super hungry.
Yeah, yeah, I ate a lot afterward.
Well, this is,
But it wasn't that I was like,
sorry.
I was just gonna say it wasn't like I was doing it because, I don't know. I wasn't interested. I was busy, and it was, you wanted to create the food to make sure everybody had it. But then people, I'm sure you're right. Everybody, when we got home, everybody's mowing down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Speaking of meow, look at my cat did to my hand last night.
oh, that
Like
naughty
the
meow
the
meows.
it the night before the event, my daughter discovered that the black cat is also a boy. So now we went from two girls to a boy and a girl to two boys. They're the same cats, but
Oh.
and the other boy, so we gave them new names. Now they are Eamon and Loki.
Ah!
Yeah, and Loki's the one that decided to jump and then use my hand as a way to slide down to lower himself to the ground
Ouch.
with his claw.
Yeah, so it's long
But
ways, right?
yeah, Elsa, this has been such a fun show. Like for those of you wondering, I was chatting with Elsa and telling her how the party went, and Elsa's great idea. She's like, "Let's just make a show out of it. Let's go live about it." And there were so many more things that I didn't say, and I just wanted to take a moment to once again Dee and Cliff, Kat, Leanne, Julie, Antonia, Erica, Afton, Paula, Kristen, Heather, Camille, Scott, Siri, Amanda, Gail, Karen, Deborah, Michelle, Kathleen, Kathy, Wendy, Aaron, Rachel, and Lita. Thank you, all of you, so, so very much for joining us for this sacred event and this long lasting effects that we're going to be experiencing are going to be really fun to find out about as we move through the coming weeks and months. and even years. What I also got was the next 18 months. They kept saying the next 18 months. In 18 months, the world is going to be an entirely different world than we were seeing before the event began. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah,
Well, the strawberry moon is about hearts, and so the frequency has to change. Yeah, you can see in people have had enough, and so this is a good stage. This is they've had enough. So they've had enough because they've been over here too much. So now they've got to work their way through here, and it's going to be tricky. But they've also got many supporters like us going, "You can do this." So we're not at the
yeah,
finish line by any means, but we're over here going, "You've got this. You can do this." It's not me that has your back, it's the
yeah,
cosmos. But you have to believe in the cosmos and the intelligence of the
yeah,
cosmos and get out of the way of this IQ, majority rules rubbish, and just realize that it's not like that. It's all the intelligence of each of us lift everything together. That's the super intelligence. If you've only got a few
yeah,
that are intelligent, then you're in a holding phase. You're in a pen,
yeah,
and you don't need to be. And you just got to do it your way. That's all, and that's the tricky part. Is I can't tell you what your way is. I mean, we can give each other clues and things, but your way's your way. Only you in you knows how to reuse you.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And trusting yourself, learning to trust yourself a little bit more each time too,
Mm.
lets you lean into the moment like you're meant to do,
Oh,
right?
is that that looks like Zeus now on the left. Zeus is
Ooh,
the brother of Hades and Poseidon or Poseidon. So Hades is brothers with Zeus and Poseidon. I can't ever say his name properly. Poseidon, that's it.
Poseidon.
Yeah, so oh my gosh. So Pluto Pluto is the son of Kronos, which is time, sense. Wow. Real. Sorry, just went off on a tangent. It's about idea though. It's about seeing, to see.
Interesting.
Yeah, to see. So to see is with both eyes.
To
Because
see with both
yeah, because
eyes.
when you see with, you always hear the eye of Horus and the eyes of Ra. To see with the both makes it makes it clearer for you.
Right.
Yeah, because you're seeing spirit and soul. You're seeing both.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me because there's always like two sides to a coin,
Yeah. Well,
two parts that we're meant to see, right?
yeah, so on money, on especially American money, they have, which way does I think the pyramid goes like that.
Yeah.
And then you have the eye at the
And then
top.
the eye.
Yeah. And so then you've got so they're only showing it that going that way, but it's also going this way, which is how the love heart comes in. It comes in like an arrow.
Right.
That's why when you said someone picked up an arrow, that was a very big deal for me. Like I didn't bring it up because I didn't want to interrupt, but arrow is a big deal because you not only got someone was given an arrow, correct?
Yeah, I was given an arrow. And then I gave that arrow to the person who had gotten bitten
Oh,
before she left in the ambulance. I was called. I felt like I was meant to
give
give
it.
it to her,
What color was it?
and so I did. It was copper.
Oh,
It was the color of it. It was just made out of stone, but it had the copper color to it, and I found that really fascinating
yeah, it
because
is.
it. Yeah, I didn't notice it when I did that when I gave it to her.
Mm.
Like I didn't notice. Um, that it was that color exactly until after the fact. And I was like, oh, wow, that makes so much sense that that was meant to,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
be given right then.
it's just yeah, I've it's pretty amazing, the whole thing, and it might take months to digest what till the next one. To be-
Yeah. By the
Probably.
time that we're starting the next one, we're going to start to
Yeah.
figure it out, probably.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the dovetailing, and there is no randoms. It is all it's all meant to be. It's all happens the way it's meant to happen. And by understanding this,
Yeah.
takes fear and doubt out of things, takes the fear of death away, and you just understand that there is just this greater intelligence around us.
Yeah.
It's hard to practice though. You have to practice it, not in a hard way. Like you have to go and do work. It's not like
Right.
that. It's just consciously reminding yourself.
Right. And it doesn't have to suck. It doesn't have to be a job or a chore. You
It
know,
doesn't
it's
have to be. So,
like that's the part that most people forget. They think that if it's something worth doing, it should be really hard. And in
mm,
fact, most of the things that we do that are aligned with spirit are about play. Or we're drawn to help somebody. We're compelled, and we feel upliftment, intrinsic value from being of service. Like it's not a sacrifice. We're not meant to be sacrificial. The time of the martyr left with the time of the perpetrator and the victim. We don't have that. We're not there anymore, and that's why we're purging that. And the transmutation that's found through and assisted us through the year of the snake is still showing its example in our lives right now, as we're now plowing through with the fire horse, and
mm.
and along with that, just for a reminder, everybody, we got some stuff going on pretty quick here. In a little while, we got, on the 29th, we got the full moon, the strawberry moon that Elsa's talking about. But Mercury goes into retrograde there. Pluto went into retrograde on May 6th and it stays there till the 15th of October. So we got those two. And I feel like there's a couple of other planets that will be in retrograde that I'm just not able to remember right now off the top of my head. But if you have the ability, it is very much about tapping the brakes, taking a minute, honoring yourself, having an extra cuppa at the patio in the quiet, putting your bare feet in the ground, in the soil, in the grass, and being in your moments. It's okay to pull the curtains every once in a while and and fill yourself back up. And this does feel like this is the time to do it.
Well, it's
So
not. Well, it's the all we call it the RE words: rest, redo, relive, reset, rest. Yeah, all the RE words. But one thing I have just come about, and you might be able to explain this, Mila, because I always understood in Mercury retrograde, everything just went do like that.
uh-huh.
But that all the 3Dness does that, right? Or the communications gets mixed up or a bit slowed down. So alignments are a little bit slower, so things aren't crossing over fast, happening fast. Everything feels like it's slowing down. But the stuff up here, the images and ideas, that does not slow down. That, if anything, especially in this strawberry moon, is heightened. So
Yeah.
so even though everything's going zoo like this, like you might go to bed and not get any sleep.
Yeah.
Do
Oh,
you get that? Because I'm not getting much sleep at the moment. I have to say, I'm not really. I'm waking up every couple of hours going, really?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's about every 2.5 to every 3 hours I'm awake.
Yeah.
This was an accident, but I'm going to leave it because it reminds. We had fireflies. It was kind of like this. It was magical.
Yeah. It feels magical. Well, thank you,
Mhm.
Mila. What a show. I
Thank
mean, your
you.
show, the last 7 days, what a show happened for you guys. You know,
Yeah,
you
it
got
was
a show
amazing.
instead of you having to do a show. You got a show,
Yeah, yeah. It was
a show of
very,
events.
very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
And I
very
know
cool.
that we got more coming. We got more stuff that's going to be happening for everybody, right? How do you turn it off? Hide. I think that worked. Okay. Now my background's black. That's fine. There we go. Um, and so this is just an example of something that you look for your own stuff in your world. We're getting spikes of energy just like we were expected to, and so I know that a lot of us are going to feel different kinds of ways. Some people will be exhilarated by it. Some people will be tired, more tired than usual, and so to not measure yourself against somebody else is useful because then we don't have try to force an experience. We learn something about going with the flow in this conversation and utilizing those qualities, is really helpful. So I forgot to make a shout out, I think, to Connie. Connie was the landowner, so I just wanted to say to Connie. I named everybody else. She was an integral part of this, and it was really cool to have her in and coming onto the site and be a part of it with us too. So um, yeah, we're gonna have another show tomorrow as well. I'm doing a normal live Q&A that I do every Sunday. I missed last week because I was in this party that we're talking about. So I look forward to seeing you all there live tomorrow at our normal time. Thank you, Elsa, so much for this great show. This was so much fun.
Yeah, thanks for sharing it all. It just looked good. So thanks, Mila. Thanks to
Thank
everyone
you.
that went too. It was fun. Looks like fun.
Yeah, it was like 30 of us. It was really awesome. So
Mm.
thank you. Sending you all so much